Can't we be models soon? Can't we be models soon? Your half-brother is a stockbroker. Your half-brother is a stockbroker. The movie looks boring. The movie looks boring. I didn't sleep all night and as a result I felt exhausted the next day. I didn't sleep all night and as a result I felt exhausted the next day. You were borrowing daily. You were borrowing daily. Be right back. Be right back. He will visit his family next weekend. He will visit his family next weekend. I'm in the room with the TV. I'm in the room with the TV. They often have lunch at that restaurant. They often have lunch at that restaurant. Was my brother a physicist? Was my brother a physicist? It gets more challenging as the project progresses. It gets more challenging as the project progresses. Retail. Retail. Can you help me find my way to the student center? Can you help me find my way to the student center? He didn't call you yesterday, did he? He didn't call you yesterday, did he? What kind of apple are you looking for? What kind of apple are you looking for? Please let's check. Please let's check. You didn't fly. You didn't fly. You and I should talk about what's going to happen. You and I should talk about what's going to happen. I'm going on a European trip next year. I'm going on a European trip next year. He studied hard, so he passed the exam. He studied hard, so he passed the exam. Do you want to talk to me now? Do you want to talk to me now? You can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. I can support. I can support. He has one brother. He has one brother. I shouldn't be a policewoman every year. I shouldn't be a policewoman every year. Didn't I play before? Didn't I play before? He's too young to drive. He's too young to drive. Filthy. Filthy. I don't think so because I'm king. I don't think so because I'm king. I don't notice anything in particular about these. I don't notice anything in particular about these. We had a great time at the party, they said. We had a great time at the party, they said. They bought new running shoes to participate in the marathon. They bought new running shoes to participate in the marathon. Let me explain. Let me explain. If it snowed, we would have a snowball fight. If it snowed, we would have a snowball fight. Aware of the decision. Aware of the decision. I pour. I pour. Wouldn't I be a golfer sometimes? Wouldn't I be a golfer sometimes? Yellow is my favorite color. Yellow is my favorite color. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. They baked cookies for a school fundraiser. They baked cookies for a school fundraiser. When do you finish your work? When do you finish your work? We have to attend a meeting tomorrow. We have to attend a meeting tomorrow. I want to learn to play the guitar. I want to learn to play the guitar. Can they answer? Can they answer? Can I rarely stretch? Can I rarely stretch? I was so sick that I could barely see. I was so sick that I could barely see. Let me know if you need a bathroom break. Let me know if you need a bathroom break. A driver was sleeping in the car. A driver was sleeping in the car. This is indisputable. This is indisputable. How is it going? How old are you? Can you tell me to continue? How is it going? How old are you? Can you tell me to continue? Sorry for being late. Sorry for being late. Wasn't one afternoon developer? Wasn't one afternoon developer? Immediately gives the name. Immediately gives the name. The storm is fast approaching. The storm is fast approaching. The cake is very delicious, you must try it. The cake is very delicious, you must try it. We are excited to start our new business. We are excited to start our new business. English is easier than French. English is easier than French. Does not have enough information to solve the problem. Does not have enough information to solve the problem. What a helpful friend. What a helpful friend. We have to bank her often. We have to bank her often. He joined a hiking group to explore nature. He joined a hiking group to explore nature. If they had read the book, they would have known the ending. If they had read the book, they would have known the ending. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. Although the exam was difficult, I managed to pass it. Although the exam was difficult, I managed to pass it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? I want to try new recipes. I want to try new recipes. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? What kind of currency do you carry? What kind of currency do you carry? We plan to have a picnic in the park tomorrow. We plan to have a picnic in the park tomorrow. The newspaper article highlights the issue of homelessness. The newspaper article highlights the issue of homelessness. The dog barked all night. The dog barked all night. I am not support. I am not support. Our children were jewelers. Our children were jewelers. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. You used to be a missionary. You used to be a missionary. Cats sleep a lot. Cats sleep a lot. Fresh air is good for my lungs. Fresh air is good for my lungs. I can't wait. I can't wait. Infrastructure. Infrastructure. I love going hiking in the mountains. I love going hiking in the mountains. Your neighbor is the minister. Your neighbor is the minister. He plays the piano for his friends. He plays the piano for his friends. Hit. Hit. When I get home, my parents will be here. When I get home, my parents will be here. She will learn to swim this summer. She will learn to swim this summer. His stepfather is a pilot. His stepfather is a pilot. I go to the shop and see the car. I go to the shop and see the car. Is your family still together? Is your family still together? Won't it stay? Won't it stay? He leaves for London in 3 days. He leaves for London in 3 days. Where are you going? Where are you going? His wife was a cardiologist. His wife was a cardiologist. The house is beyond the borders of civilization. The house is beyond the borders of civilization. I must not forget to call my grandmother on her birthday. I must not forget to call my grandmother on her birthday. We can pass by 5 p.m. We can pass by 5 p.m. Could you please lie on the bed? Could you please lie on the bed? She cooks well. She cooks well. Other hands. Other hands. I'm not a grocer at sunset. I'm not a grocer at sunset. The author will work on his new novel for months. The author will work on his new novel for months. Isn't it just extended? Isn't it just extended? Those cars go very fast. Those cars go very fast. I have watered the plants regularly and they have grown beautifully as a result. I have watered the plants regularly and they have grown beautifully as a result. He has to catch the bus to go to work. He has to catch the bus to go to work. There is no water in the bottle. There is no water in the bottle. The student selected for the role played the lead character. The student selected for the role played the lead character. He could play the guitar masterfully. He could play the guitar masterfully. Didn't I normally? Didn't I normally? Fruits contain seeds. Fruits contain seeds. They can open their own YouTube channel. They can open their own YouTube channel. I wish I knew how to cook when I was in college. I wish I knew how to cook when I was in college. You should get some rest. You should get some rest. Can we complain? Can we complain? Excuse me, where can I find dairy products? Excuse me, where can I find dairy products? Is your brother a lumberjack? Is your brother a lumberjack? If they don't hurry, they will be late. If they don't hurry, they will be late. Should not follow. Should not follow. He is a hydrologist. He is a hydrologist. I can't convince him to come with us. I can't convince him to come with us. The contract was signed yesterday. The contract was signed yesterday. I don't want to lose a lot of my stuff for magazines. I don't want to lose a lot of my stuff for magazines. I'm studying for my exams, so I don't have time to hang out with my friends. I'm studying for my exams, so I don't have time to hang out with my friends. He went to the beach during the day. He went to the beach during the day. If there is a lot of traffic, we will leave early. If there is a lot of traffic, we will leave early. Should you move often? Should you move often? They won't try in the afternoon. They won't try in the afternoon. The beach is beautiful. The beach is beautiful. Could you please give me feedback on my performance? Could you please give me feedback on my performance? Can I start? Can I start? Do you think I'm cute? Do you think I'm cute? Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. I prefer comedy movies to action movies. I prefer comedy movies to action movies. They had been working on the invention for months and were excited to finally present it. They had been working on the invention for months and were excited to finally present it. Why is she crying? Because he failed his exam. Why is she crying? Because he failed his exam. They do not recommend weekly. They do not recommend weekly. I won't be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. I won't be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. He listens to the radio every morning. He listens to the radio every morning. I can't eat spicy food. It's too hot for me. I can't eat spicy food. It's too hot for me. I've already seen the Eiffel Tower. I've already seen the Eiffel Tower. The issue discussed at the meeting required careful handling. The issue discussed at the meeting required careful handling. Shouldn't it air at dusk? Shouldn't it air at dusk? We were exercising. We were exercising. Shouldn't they match? Shouldn't they match? Must be a ballerina every day. Must be a ballerina every day. You need to sleep more, said the doctor. You need to sleep more, said the doctor. They are renovating their home and turning it into their dream home. They are renovating their home and turning it into their dream home. Do you know people who do this? Do you ever? Do you know people who do this? Do you ever? I bought a book. I bought a book. Didn't I before? Didn't I before? Have you finished your meal? Have you finished your meal? I wish I could sing like a pro. I wish I could sing like a pro. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. Should you base at dusk? Should you base at dusk? The city they visited last summer was New York. The city they visited last summer was New York. I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning. I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning. Can they answer? Can they answer? Didn't they object? Didn't they object? It connects. It connects. He had never seen such a beautiful sunset before. He had never seen such a beautiful sunset before. I had to go to school. I had to go to school. I can run. I can run. We helped them with their homework. We helped them with their homework. He is studying to become a doctor. He is studying to become a doctor. We have lived in this city for 5 years. We have lived in this city for 5 years. Your stepson was the second man. Your stepson was the second man. Can't we touch at 1 p.m.? Can't we touch at 1 p.m.? She sang in the school choir. She sang in the school choir. His mother-in-laws were educators. His mother-in-laws were educators. Justice. Justice. You will often be the second man. You will often be the second man. There is no sugar in coffee. There is no sugar in coffee. Your stepbrother's grocery store. Your stepbrother's grocery store. They used to go shopping every Saturday. They used to go shopping every Saturday. By the time you get here, I will have finished my exam. By the time you get here, I will have finished my exam. Shouldn't I be buying every week? Shouldn't I be buying every week? They're coming on Friday night. They're coming on Friday night. They play tennis all afternoon. They play tennis all afternoon. They are watching a game. They are watching a game. What will you do at 9? What will you do at 9? John bought the above items from the store. John bought the above items from the store. He needs to get food. He needs to get food. I'd like a coffee, please. I'd like a coffee, please. We'll join soon. We'll join soon. It could be. It could be. The house decorated with lights looked festive. The house decorated with lights looked festive. The race was pretty close. The race was pretty close. The train arrived on time. The train arrived on time. I will try to catch up with him. I will try to catch up with him. Can I go to school? Can I go to school? Is there a pharmacy in the store? Is there a pharmacy in the store? We went for pizza after the game. We went for pizza after the game. Can't be replaced after 1 day? Can't be replaced after 1 day? I have enough experience to apply for the job. I have enough experience to apply for the job. Do you think football refereeing is a difficult job? Do you think football refereeing is a difficult job? Despite the busy schedule, they always find time for each other. Despite the busy schedule, they always find time for each other. Cannot communicate. Cannot communicate. Can't lie at sunrise. Can't lie at sunrise. Put forth. Put forth. Is our daughter a comedian? Is our daughter a comedian? He studied English for 2 years. He studied English for 2 years. She dances gracefully. She dances gracefully. We are having lunch at noon. We are having lunch at noon. They organized a surprise party for their friends. They organized a surprise party for their friends. Can defend in the afternoon. Can defend in the afternoon. I'll go tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow. I have too much wisdom. I have too much wisdom. Can't he tempt? Can't he tempt? Is his stepbrother an athlete? Is his stepbrother an athlete? They couldn't have been better at sunset. They couldn't have been better at sunset. You have to talk. You have to talk. Can't you watch every week? Can't you watch every week? These are delicious cookies. These are delicious cookies. My neighbor is constantly making noise and it's driving me crazy. My neighbor is constantly making noise and it's driving me crazy. I have to go to the toilet. I have to go to the toilet. They were rehearsing the school play in the auditorium. They were rehearsing the school play in the auditorium. This is a really beautiful piece of furniture. This is a really beautiful piece of furniture. Be reliable and responsible to yourself and others. Be reliable and responsible to yourself and others. Next year we will build our new house. Next year we will build our new house. He decided to run to clear his mind. He decided to run to clear his mind. I don't have any money on me right now. I don't have any money on me right now. I wish I didn't have to work on the weekends. I wish I didn't have to work on the weekends. He hung the picture on the wall. He hung the picture on the wall. He introduces. He introduces. I'm in the room with the supplies. I'm in the room with the supplies. I'm going to buy a new car next week. I'm going to buy a new car next week. He started working for the company 2 weeks ago. He started working for the company 2 weeks ago. I told you all my secrets. I told you all my secrets. She bought a new dress for the party. She bought a new dress for the party. You should not be an interpreter after a weekend. You should not be an interpreter after a weekend. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? My sister was the messenger. My sister was the messenger. She managed to bake a delicious cake. She managed to bake a delicious cake. I wish I could watch the performance of my favorite band live. I wish I could watch the performance of my favorite band live. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? Wouldn't you be a civil engineer in 2 days? Wouldn't you be a civil engineer in 2 days? We hope to have a successful business venture. We hope to have a successful business venture. See 8 audio pictures. What are words and sounds? See 8 audio pictures. What are words and sounds? Not often chosen. Not often chosen. Still no sign of the missing cat. Still no sign of the missing cat. We become receptionists in the afternoon. We become receptionists in the afternoon. Winter is the coldest season of the year. Winter is the coldest season of the year. He told me, I don't like horror movies. He told me, I don't like horror movies. This is the restaurant where we had our first date. This is the restaurant where we had our first date. They had already seen that movie, so they decided to watch a different movie. They had already seen that movie, so they decided to watch a different movie. I'm going to the grocery store to buy some milk. I'm going to the grocery store to buy some milk. Exercise is very easy for him. Exercise is very easy for him. I mean, he's a famous actor. I mean, he's a famous actor. Which teams should be involved in such a solution? Which teams should be involved in such a solution? Do you sell freshly baked goods? Do you sell freshly baked goods? He walks to school every day. He walks to school every day. Is our niece a secretary? Is our niece a secretary? I'm not sure I want to help you. I'm not sure I want to help you. A physiologist a century later, right? A physiologist a century later, right? They have been studying abroad for a semester. They have been studying abroad for a semester. We should suggest the afternoon. We should suggest the afternoon. He has been working on his novel for months. He has been working on his novel for months. Can't they be said after 2 minutes? Can't they be said after 2 minutes? I wouldn't be lost. I wouldn't be lost. When is your next lesson? When is your next lesson? He doesn't like spicy food, does he? He doesn't like spicy food, does he? Give birth. Give birth. Her grandfather is a gymnast. Her grandfather is a gymnast. I must not forget to buy milk on the way home. I must not forget to buy milk on the way home. I need a cane. I need a cane. If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. Especially beef. Especially beef. Was her sister an apprentice? Was her sister an apprentice? Passionate about helping others and volunteers at a local charity. Passionate about helping others and volunteers at a local charity. We have to be receptionists often. We have to be receptionists often. May come close. May come close. See you tomorrow at the party. See you tomorrow at the party. Whose shoes are these? Whose shoes are these? Flawless. Flawless. And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. They don't leave later in the morning. They don't leave later in the morning. When is the bar open? When is the bar open? The project will continue for another 6 months. The project will continue for another 6 months. He wished he had bought that car while it was still available. He wished he had bought that car while it was still available. Her brother-in-law was a gymnast. Her brother-in-law was a gymnast. She needs to organize her wardrobe. She needs to organize her wardrobe. It can burn. It can burn. Compare the 2 options before making a decision. Compare the 2 options before making a decision. The train arrives at 8 o'clock. The train arrives at 8 o'clock. Can we get these files? Can we get these files? We bought new shoes. We bought new shoes. I saw a man. I saw a man. Does he sit? Does he sit? Is it snowing in your city? Is it snowing in your city? I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. The company is looking for a new sales manager. The company is looking for a new sales manager. What would you like? What would you like? Since when do you like basketball? Since when do you like basketball? Can complain. Can complain. One, I can't find my black hat. One, I can't find my black hat. Did you catch it now? Did you catch it now? Your nephew is a psychiatrist. Your nephew is a psychiatrist. Workers were repairing the old building. Workers were repairing the old building. Should we consider hiring more staff to assist us? Should we consider hiring more staff to assist us? Meals were inadequate for the number of guests in the party. Meals were inadequate for the number of guests in the party. How long do you think this will take? How long do you think this will take? Don't we solve it often? Don't we solve it often? We cannot mix. We cannot mix. What is your favorite holiday, Christmas or Halloween? What is your favorite holiday, Christmas or Halloween? My ankle really hurts. My ankle really hurts. Later. Later. You should have double-checked the document for errors. You should have double-checked the document for errors. She will have completed the language course by next month. She will have completed the language course by next month. I can study abroad next year. I can study abroad next year. Because you don't know. Because you don't know. Everyone should have the right to vote. Everyone should have the right to vote. How many languages did you speak last year? How many languages did you speak last year? When did you walk? When did you walk? The coffee in this cafe is better than in the other place. The coffee in this cafe is better than in the other place. We had already arranged our flight before we found out about the hurricane. We had already arranged our flight before we found out about the hurricane. You should get old last year. You should get old last year. We wrote the code together with John. We wrote the code together with John. He could have been promoted if he had more experience. He could have been promoted if he had more experience. Shouldn't it be reduced? Shouldn't it be reduced? How much butter do we need for the recipe? How much butter do we need for the recipe? I came home at 11 o'clock last night. I came home at 11 o'clock last night. May I suggest a different approach? May I suggest a different approach? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Do you like spicy food? Do you like spicy food? The dog was barking loudly in the middle of the night. The dog was barking loudly in the middle of the night. What's in that look? What's in that look? I accept your apology for what you said. I accept your apology for what you said. So what are we doing now? So what are we doing now? She had her dress tailored to fit perfectly. She had her dress tailored to fit perfectly. It wasn't the vote. It wasn't the vote. Normally I shouldn't be an assistant. Normally I shouldn't be an assistant. His brother-in-law was an assistant. His brother-in-law was an assistant. Logical. Logical. I'm walking. I'm walking. I will start a new business. I will start a new business. I plan to take a vacation next month. I plan to take a vacation next month. Do you need to speak a language? Do you need to speak a language? I have to pick up my sons from the school bus. I have to pick up my sons from the school bus. I cooked dinner for my family. I cooked dinner for my family. Towel. Towel. Respect. Respect. She hates studying for exams. She hates studying for exams. He had already left work when I called him. He had already left work when I called him. Worst. Worst. I am doing something important. I am doing something important. Shouldn't he always kiss? Shouldn't he always kiss? My daughter was a librarian. My daughter was a librarian. They would work. They would work. Eliminate dependency on one person for specific tasks. Eliminate dependency on one person for specific tasks. I don't want to like machines. I don't want to like machines. She does yoga to relax. She does yoga to relax. The train leaves at 1900 tonight. The train leaves at 1900 tonight. We went to school. We went to school. If you eat too much, you will feel sick. If you eat too much, you will feel sick. Whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? In conclusion, the data support our hypothesis. In conclusion, the data support our hypothesis. I can't find my keys. I can't find my keys. Enrichment is the key to a successful life. Enrichment is the key to a successful life. I was surprised to get a promotion at work. I was surprised to get a promotion at work. It gets more challenging as the project progresses. It gets more challenging as the project progresses. International relations are shaped by economic, political and cultural factors. International relations are shaped by economic, political and cultural factors. We must not steer at dawn. We must not steer at dawn. It was taking pictures when the camera's memory was full. It was taking pictures when the camera's memory was full. He lived in the city for years before moving to the countryside. He lived in the city for years before moving to the countryside. Where are you from? Where are you from? Is Wi-Fi paid? Is Wi-Fi paid? We studied for the exam together. We studied for the exam together. She was cooking dinner while she showered. She was cooking dinner while she showered. He doesn't want to go for a walk, and neither do I. He doesn't want to go for a walk, and neither do I. Are we failing after 5 months? Are we failing after 5 months? As a team, we focused on testing the feature in production rather than fixing staging. As a team, we focused on testing the feature in production rather than fixing staging. I am very happy. I am very happy. My husband is a cop. My husband is a cop. Where can I find ice cream and frozen desserts? Where can I find ice cream and frozen desserts? Is his grandson a bookkeeper? Is his grandson a bookkeeper? Avoid. Avoid. I'm writing an email to my boss. I'm writing an email to my boss. I want to be a better cook. I want to be a better cook. 5 days ago he was not afraid. 5 days ago he was not afraid. Can they handle it? Can they handle it? Was her brother a florist? Was her brother a florist? Can't he be a scavenger at sunset? Can't he be a scavenger at sunset? I'm in the room with the sofa. I'm in the room with the sofa. Wasn't he the captain at dusk? Wasn't he the captain at dusk? I understand that I am silent. I understand that I am silent. He sold his old clothes. He sold his old clothes. I want to take a trip to Europe. I want to take a trip to Europe. Didn't he always translate? Didn't he always translate? Were his grandchildren postmen? Were his grandchildren postmen? As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. She loves shopping for clothes. She loves shopping for clothes. We're going by train, right? We're going by train, right? 4 weeks from the police, right? 4 weeks from the police, right? Shouldn't he be a songwriter right away? Shouldn't he be a songwriter right away? Your grandson was a foreman. Your grandson was a foreman. Have you connected before? Have you connected before? Next year we will build our new house. Next year we will build our new house. I have to leave early today. I have to leave early today. As previously stated. As previously stated. You will be waiting for me at the bus stop. You will be waiting for me at the bus stop. Could he believe a minute ago? Could he believe a minute ago? Can we get the invoice please? Can we get the invoice please? To try. To try. Can you roll up your sleeve for the injection? Can you roll up your sleeve for the injection? The baby is crawling on the floor. The baby is crawling on the floor. He had his car repaired at the auto repair shop. He had his car repaired at the auto repair shop. They can dance very well. They can dance very well. The house they build is quite large. The house they build is quite large. She wants to start a business selling handmade candles. She wants to start a business selling handmade candles. Didn't I push 1 week ago? Didn't I push 1 week ago? Are there toilets in the store? Are there toilets in the store? John is going to the party, and so am I. John is going to the party, and so am I. International. International. We usually have lunch at a restaurant. We usually have lunch at a restaurant. Thanks for the update. Thanks for the update. Don't we throw tiles every week? Don't we throw tiles every week? Should you say it often? Should you say it often? The city skyline is spectacular at night. The city skyline is spectacular at night. He cooked dinner for the family. He cooked dinner for the family. We could have avoided the traffic by taking a different route. We could have avoided the traffic by taking a different route. They cleaned the house all day. They cleaned the house all day. Was his half-brother a model? Was his half-brother a model? We have to water the plants. We have to water the plants. His uncle was an actor. His uncle was an actor. I wish he had traveled more when he was younger. I wish he had traveled more when he was younger. The legacy of his sacrifice will never be forgotten. The legacy of his sacrifice will never be forgotten. The article explores the effects of social media on young people. The article explores the effects of social media on young people. Was your father an actor? Was your father an actor? Celebrating my sister's birthday. Celebrating my sister's birthday. His cousins were bakers. His cousins were bakers. Isn't it encouraged every week? Isn't it encouraged every week? Am I not reflecting? Am I not reflecting? I will go to school. I will go to school. Review. Review. Can't I get engaged? Can't I get engaged? Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. Cannot protect. Cannot protect. The movie tells a true story. The movie tells a true story. For I don't want to lose sight of many things. For I don't want to lose sight of many things. Don't I have to be a cashier every month? Don't I have to be a cashier every month? Get ready for the party. Get ready for the party. The baby has been crying for hours. The baby has been crying for hours. How long do you think this will take? How long do you think this will take? There are 2 pens on the table. There are 2 pens on the table. He likes to listen to music while cooking. He likes to listen to music while cooking. His half-brother was a pediatrician. His half-brother was a pediatrician. Can you be responsible? Can you be responsible? If I were a superhero, I would save the world. If I were a superhero, I would save the world. Reconcile. Reconcile. He got the job even though he didn't have much experience. He got the job even though he didn't have much experience. How many brands were affected? How many brands were affected? Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? They went to Japan last year and enjoyed the food and culture. They went to Japan last year and enjoyed the food and culture. I'm finishing my homework tonight. I'm finishing my homework tonight. I didn't burn at noon. I didn't burn at noon. Can fit monthly. Can fit monthly. They told me, we are planning a surprise party for your birthday. They told me, we are planning a surprise party for your birthday. Is his half-brother a golfer? Is his half-brother a golfer? We don't burn. We don't burn. I'm going to take the English test. I'm going to take the English test. They were listening to the radio and getting up. They were listening to the radio and getting up. They did not evaluate. They did not evaluate. Cake. Cake. Are their mothers maids? Are their mothers maids? We are excited to meet our new neighbors. We are excited to meet our new neighbors. Despite the difficulties, they managed to overcome it together. Despite the difficulties, they managed to overcome it together. They were destroyed at night. They were destroyed at night. Rarely can we be congressmen? Rarely can we be congressmen? Is your father a physiologist? Is your father a physiologist? It could be poison. It could be poison. Doesn't it advertise at noon? Doesn't it advertise at noon? Didn't we matter 2 seconds ago? Didn't we matter 2 seconds ago? She is a talented singer. She is a talented singer. Is her granddaughter the stewardess? Is her granddaughter the stewardess? Let me know if you want to reschedule. Let me know if you want to reschedule. Have you ever eaten very hot food? Have you ever eaten very hot food? To present. To present. Will they drop next year? Will they drop next year? I wish I could speak French fluently. I wish I could speak French fluently. I exercised regularly and lost weight as a result. I exercised regularly and lost weight as a result. Don't they suffer at 1 a.m.? Don't they suffer at 1 a.m.? We can't finish the game until we have all the pieces. We can't finish the game until we have all the pieces. You must submit your application before the deadline. You must submit your application before the deadline. Your kids are technicians. Your kids are technicians. Can accept. Can accept. He was rescued that night. He was rescued that night. Let's go jogging in the morning. Let's go jogging in the morning. Worked at the school for 3 years. Worked at the school for 3 years. I've been writing reports since morning. I've been writing reports since morning. They were magicians. They were magicians. He is an artist and makes beautiful paintings. He is an artist and makes beautiful paintings. Let's take a taxi. Let's take a taxi. He likes to watch comedy movies. He likes to watch comedy movies. He told me, I don't like broccoli. He told me, I don't like broccoli. Cooking is a fun hobby. Cooking is a fun hobby. Shouldn't he give his name after 1 month? Shouldn't he give his name after 1 month? If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. Cannot be selected now. Cannot be selected now. Am I captain in 5 days? Am I captain in 5 days? Informative. Informative. How much is a kilo of apples? How much is a kilo of apples? Tony will attend this meeting a little bit. Tony will attend this meeting a little bit. Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? They do not grow. They do not grow. They can break at night. They can break at night. They cannot fail. They cannot fail. I think traveling is more educational than staying at home. I think traveling is more educational than staying at home. Will he write? Will he write? When will we go? When will we go? He said to me, I need help. He said to me, I need help. The car broke down on the highway. The car broke down on the highway. Can't compare next year? Can't compare next year? Will you be able to attend the wedding next month? Will you be able to attend the wedding next month? Did you say noon? Did you say noon? Was her aunt a shipper? Was her aunt a shipper? The party is on July 25th. The party is on July 25th. Athletes will train for the next championship. Athletes will train for the next championship. Take matters into your own hands. Take matters into your own hands. I often go for a walk in the park. I often go for a walk in the park. Have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever tried sushi? He needs to prepare a presentation for the meeting. He needs to prepare a presentation for the meeting. Ahead. Ahead. The new teacher is friendlier than the old one. The new teacher is friendlier than the old one. I could hear the birds singing in the morning. I could hear the birds singing in the morning. He would say, where can I find canned vegetables? Where can I find canned vegetables? I have been waiting for you in the garden of the school since morning. I have been waiting for you in the garden of the school since morning. They spent all their savings on vacation. They spent all their savings on vacation. Can we lumber often? Can we lumber often? Do you have a sister? Do you have a sister? I went to the gym and after that I went to the supermarket. I went to the gym and after that I went to the supermarket. Are his brothers mechanics? Are his brothers mechanics? Not invited in 3 weeks? Not invited in 3 weeks? His wife is an analyst. His wife is an analyst. Our stepmother is a factory worker. Our stepmother is a factory worker. Does not respond every day. Does not respond every day. He has already repaired the car. He has already repaired the car. We replaced the broken glass with a glazier. We replaced the broken glass with a glazier. I wish I had a better memory so I wouldn't forget important dates. I wish I had a better memory so I wouldn't forget important dates. Were we repeating it every week? Were we repeating it every week? Does it have to appear? Does it have to appear? Are his siblings gardeners? Are his siblings gardeners? He lives here in New York. He lives here in New York. Can I use my loyalty card for in-store events? Can I use my loyalty card for in-store events? We will go to school. We will go to school. Can't design? Can't design? Only important. Only important. They had their dogs groomed and trained in the pet salon. They had their dogs groomed and trained in the pet salon. Don't they get it after 4 years? Don't they get it after 4 years? You shouldn't get it soon. You shouldn't get it soon. The lesson starts at 10 a.m. The lesson starts at 10 a.m. We made a trip to the zoo. We made a trip to the zoo. He got the job even though he didn't have much experience. He got the job even though he didn't have much experience. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that how you pronounce it? Someone in this room has committed a crime. Someone in this room has committed a crime. He didn't work on his presentation, so he wasn't prepared. He didn't work on his presentation, so he wasn't prepared. If you feel overwhelmed, you should take a break. If you feel overwhelmed, you should take a break. They had their cats neutered at the veterinary clinic. They had their cats neutered at the veterinary clinic. Shouldn't we be gardening in a second? Shouldn't we be gardening in a second? Did I die last year? Did I die last year? Can I become a concierge after 3 years? Can I become a concierge after 3 years? We need to test this plan before we implement it. We need to test this plan before we implement it. Yearly will not be trusted. Yearly will not be trusted. We have to abide by the rules set by the state. We have to abide by the rules set by the state. She doesn't like. She doesn't like. Let me open the door for you. Let me open the door for you. What time does the bus arrive? They asked. What time does the bus arrive? They asked. I've been trying to lose weight for a month. I've been trying to lose weight for a month. I'm reading an interesting article about climate change. I'm reading an interesting article about climate change. I like to read books in my spare time. I like to read books in my spare time. Will we not read? Will we not read? I am likely to listen to music that makes me feel happy and optimistic. I am likely to listen to music that makes me feel happy and optimistic. They can be supervisors. They can be supervisors. The impact of the new policy on the environment was not yet known. The impact of the new policy on the environment was not yet known. The drums were so loud that I couldn't concentrate on my work. The drums were so loud that I couldn't concentrate on my work. We have a lot of tickets for what's going to be released in the next sprint. We have a lot of tickets for what's going to be released in the next sprint. I'm just not happy anymore. I'm just not happy anymore. Eggs are delicious. Eggs are delicious. Firstly, we usually go shopping on Saturdays. We usually go shopping on Saturdays. Can't design? Can't design? The window was closed by my brother. The window was closed by my brother. English is the language of the empire. English is the language of the empire. The book was recommended by many critics. The book was recommended by many critics. Should it be weekly? Should it be weekly? Could you please also check by yourself? Could you please also check by yourself? The cat was chasing the mouse. The cat was chasing the mouse. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. Doesn't it usually cost? Doesn't it usually cost? Guess. Guess. I don't play video games. I don't play video games. A page is missing. A page is missing. I'm going to bed early later tonight. I'm going to bed early later tonight. Are we going to be a urologist once a week? Are we going to be a urologist once a week? The train will arrive in 20 minutes. The train will arrive in 20 minutes. He is more confident in his abilities. He is more confident in his abilities. One day later it would not match. One day later it would not match. As the holiday approaches, the atmosphere becomes even more festive. As the holiday approaches, the atmosphere becomes even more festive. I have been working in the software industry for 20 years. I have been working in the software industry for 20 years. Do you have it? Do you have it? Now we have to hope. Now we have to hope. There is a bicycle in the backyard. There is a bicycle in the backyard. He had to follow his instincts. He had to follow his instincts. We were baking cookies when we realized we had run out of flour. We were baking cookies when we realized we had run out of flour. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a success. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a success. Is there anything I should do before the surgery? Is there anything I should do before the surgery? Possession of alcohol in public. Possession of alcohol in public. He won't forget to call you, will he? He won't forget to call you, will he? It cannot be broken. It cannot be broken. He had a green shirt. He had a green shirt. The beach is very crowded in summer. The beach is very crowded in summer. I don't want to lose my magazines for the lost. I don't want to lose my magazines for the lost. We usually go swimming in the summer. We usually go swimming in the summer. Let me see you. Let me see you. He has a lot of toys in his room. He has a lot of toys in his room. Forbidden. Forbidden. He is very kind and always helps others. He is very kind and always helps others. How much will it take? How much will it take? They haven't seen each other in a long time, have they? They haven't seen each other in a long time, have they? I will cook dinner tonight. I will cook dinner tonight. We were talking on the phone when the accident happened. We were talking on the phone when the accident happened. Tony loves taking selfies and always shares them on Instagram. Tony loves taking selfies and always shares them on Instagram. My grandfather is a lobbyist. My grandfather is a lobbyist. The weather is beautiful today. Let's go for a walk in the park. The weather is beautiful today. Let's go for a walk in the park. Shouldn't it be cold after 5 weeks? Shouldn't it be cold after 5 weeks? Can you repeat the last sentence, please? Can you repeat the last sentence, please? I'm in the room with the books. I'm in the room with the books. Tony, we'll be at your house in 5 days. Tony, we'll be at your house in 5 days. What kind of support do you give to our project? What kind of support do you give to our project? Doesn't he row at noon? Doesn't he row at noon? This is cheap for New York. This is cheap for New York. This is more expensive. This is more expensive. Cannot be published annually. Cannot be published annually. He was taking a shower when the phone rang. He was taking a shower when the phone rang. I have no idea. I have no idea. We prefer watching movies at home rather than going to the cinema. We prefer watching movies at home rather than going to the cinema. She is taking a walk in the park during her lunch break. She is taking a walk in the park during her lunch break. He'll be finished by the time we get there. He'll be finished by the time we get there. Only important. Only important. She had cooked dinner before her guests arrived. She had cooked dinner before her guests arrived. Enveloping the property was very difficult and very even. Enveloping the property was very difficult and very even. How about a picnic by the lake? How about a picnic by the lake? I thought you would help me. I thought you would help me. Would we choose? Would we choose? I'm learning to play the guitar, he said. I'm learning to play the guitar, he said. The company is developing new products. The company is developing new products. They took a painting class to explore their artistic side. They took a painting class to explore their artistic side. I will be married in 10 years. I will be married in 10 years. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. The store will sell. The store will sell. He told me, I don't like spicy food. He told me, I don't like spicy food. We helped them move. We helped them move. I want to see the new blockbuster movie. I want to see the new blockbuster movie. We couldn't find the correct address. We couldn't find the correct address. Didn't I become a tradesman a week ago? Didn't I become a tradesman a week ago? You keep 10 years. You keep 10 years. Was I always an agent? Was I always an agent? This book is more interesting than that. This book is more interesting than that. Could he remember sometimes? Could he remember sometimes? How? How? The bar is open from 6 a.m. The bar is open from 6 a.m. Are we creating 4 afternoons? Are we creating 4 afternoons? I don't want to lose my low prices for losses. I don't want to lose my low prices for losses. He didn't thank you. He didn't thank you. Must lose. Must lose. Could he be a warrior next year? Could he be a warrior next year? My father will come to school for me. My father will come to school for me. Shouldn't it be rarely protected? Shouldn't it be rarely protected? I went to the hospital yesterday. I went to the hospital yesterday. To consume. To consume. A little. A little. Although he was tired, he attended the meeting. Although he was tired, he attended the meeting. You could have been a butcher earlier at 1 a.m. You could have been a butcher earlier at 1 a.m. Will you come home soon? Will you come home soon? For I'm going to the amusement park. For I'm going to the amusement park. Get ready for the party. Get ready for the party. Can it build? Can it build? I will be busy in the morning. I will be busy in the morning. Shouldn't we be right back? Shouldn't we be right back? I'm soft. I'm soft. I will finish this report and hand it in after that. I will finish this report and hand it in after that. We were not employed 4 months ago. We were not employed 4 months ago. He prefers to read a book rather than watch TV. He prefers to read a book rather than watch TV. He talks to himself when he's nervous. He talks to himself when he's nervous. Could you please come 15 minutes before your appointment? Could you please come 15 minutes before your appointment? You enter school. You enter school. He is close. He is close. We must respect the privacy of others. We must respect the privacy of others. Raspberry. Raspberry. They will travel to Europe next month. They will travel to Europe next month. Do you have to give a job? Do you have to give a job? Can't they bake later? Can't they bake later? They were having a family meal in the restaurant. They were having a family meal in the restaurant. He is an expert in computer programming. He is an expert in computer programming. You should sell. You should sell. Where are you from? I'm from Turkey. Where are you from? I'm from Turkey. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. They are your keys. They are your keys. We can manage normally. We can manage normally. He wanted to buy a new car. He wanted to buy a new car. I don't want to lose my magazines for the machine. I don't want to lose my magazines for the machine. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't help you. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't help you. Did I push every day? Did I push every day? Later they will become economists. Later they will become economists. Also, please take a look. Also, please take a look. How many fish are in the aquarium? How many fish are in the aquarium? They celebrated their victory by winning the match. They celebrated their victory by winning the match. They were studying for the biology exam together. They were studying for the biology exam together. I have to meet him in 20 minutes. I have to meet him in 20 minutes. The children will play football in the park. The children will play football in the park. I am very meticulous about my paper. I am very meticulous about my paper. They studied hard for the final exams. They studied hard for the final exams. Let me check. Let me check. I like to eat pizza. I like to eat pizza. Is his half-brother an optician? Is his half-brother an optician? We fail. We fail. May come close. May come close. May I suggest a different approach? May I suggest a different approach? There are 12 months in a year. There are 12 months in a year. Should he play after 1 year? Should he play after 1 year? Don't we play? Don't we play? He tried to play the violin every day and as a result became a talented violinist. He tried to play the violin every day and as a result became a talented violinist. Truths. Truths. You won't catch it every year. You won't catch it every year. I speak a little English. I speak a little English. Where can I find the pet food section? Where can I find the pet food section? My dog is the cutest animal in the neighborhood. My dog is the cutest animal in the neighborhood. The violin is the most sensitive musical instrument. The violin is the most sensitive musical instrument. They usually go for a walk on the weekends. They usually go for a walk on the weekends. 4 weeks later I'm laughing. 4 weeks later I'm laughing. Was your stepbrother a dentist? Was your stepbrother a dentist? What will you do tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow? Were we conductors 5 years ago? Were we conductors 5 years ago? I'm playing the guitar. I'm playing the guitar. The house they bought is near the beach. The house they bought is near the beach. He has written many articles for the newspaper. He has written many articles for the newspaper. Beneficiary. Beneficiary. I ate Chinese food yesterday. I ate Chinese food yesterday. Nanny after 3 days? Nanny after 3 days? He taught at the university. He taught at the university. It should not meet once a month. It should not meet once a month. He can go to the grocery store at noon. He can go to the grocery store at noon. Do we need to do anything? Do we need to do anything? The cat chasing its tail is very cute. The cat chasing its tail is very cute. They have to study for the final exam. They have to study for the final exam. Thanks everyone for their support. Thanks everyone for their support. Not everyone can work under pressure. Not everyone can work under pressure. And the house seems full of us all. And the house seems full of us all. We'll wait one evening. We'll wait one evening. It is important to use new words to improve your English. It is important to use new words to improve your English. You may not act occasionally. You may not act occasionally. Doesn't he complain? Doesn't he complain? I am also good. I am also good. There are 14 pencils in the pencil case. There are 14 pencils in the pencil case. They could send. They could send. Would they destroy? Would they destroy? Don't they run? Don't they run? I will never forget the loving care he showed me during my illness. I will never forget the loving care he showed me during my illness. Consistency is key when trying to improve. Consistency is key when trying to improve. He is studying for the exam. He is studying for the exam. I could hear the waves crashing against the rocks and the sound was very soothing. I could hear the waves crashing against the rocks and the sound was very soothing. Can I get a rain check for this discounted item? Can I get a rain check for this discounted item? Doesn't he suspect? Doesn't he suspect? They don't share at sunset. They don't share at sunset. Should not be a leader every month. Should not be a leader every month. He's going to the doctor. He's going to the doctor. We are playing chess. We are playing chess. He will learn to drive next month. He will learn to drive next month. Burn. Burn. They should have finished remodeling by now. They should have finished remodeling by now. I will be volunteering at a local animal shelter. I will be volunteering at a local animal shelter. Believe it or not, for a long time. Believe it or not, for a long time. I need to get some food for dinner. I need to get some food for dinner. Can't we fail next year? Can't we fail next year? He leaves for Paris in 2 days. He leaves for Paris in 2 days. I won't buy the phone until I compare the prices. I won't buy the phone until I compare the prices. Sorry, pets are not allowed in the hotel. Sorry, pets are not allowed in the hotel. He drew a picture. He drew a picture. Also known as unsuitable. Unsuitable. He writes poetry in his spare time. He writes poetry in his spare time. You can complain. You can complain. They appreciate your help and support. They appreciate your help and support. And the house seems full of us all. And the house seems full of us all. Was your stepson a psychiatrist? Was your stepson a psychiatrist? I will be doing. The boy who was lost in the park has finally been found. The boy who was lost in the park has finally been found. You must not be hurt. You must not be hurt. Tom has been working on his project since yesterday. Tom has been working on his project since yesterday. I want you to be careful. I want you to be careful. The problem was caused by the lack of communication. The problem was caused by the lack of communication. I would like to live in a world where people are kind to each other. I would like to live in a world where people are kind to each other. That man is too tall. That man is too tall. I love you. That's why I came to your house. I love you. That's why I came to your house. Expiration date. Expiration date. Children are playing in the park. Children are playing in the park. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiff. They drive to work together. They drive to work together. Pushing 10 years. Pushing 10 years. How much sugar do you take in your tea? How much sugar do you take in your tea? Don't I wake up after 3 weeks? Don't I wake up after 3 weeks? Is our stepsister a lobbyist? Is our stepsister a lobbyist? I know that. I know that. They couldn't help. They couldn't help. Hope everyone has a great holiday season and a happy new year. Hope everyone has a great holiday season and a happy new year. It shouldn't matter after one night. It shouldn't matter after one night. We listen to music. We listen to music. Means every year. Means every year. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. How many children are in the playground? How many children are in the playground? Are their mother-in-law's songwriters? Are their mother-in-law's songwriters? Firstly. Firstly. Wouldn't we run away at noon? Wouldn't we run away at noon? I have to get it done at 4 midnight. I have to get it done at 4 midnight. I can't wait for a fun-filled weekend. I can't wait for a fun-filled weekend. He eats his lunch in the cafeteria. He eats his lunch in the cafeteria. It is necessary to be organized. It is necessary to be organized. Let me take a look at my schedule and get back to you. Let me take a look at my schedule and get back to you. Can I get a price comparison for this product? Can I get a price comparison for this product? He has a green shirt. He has a green shirt. Don't they do editorial daily? Don't they do editorial daily? Just trust me. Just trust me. I support you as your teacher. I support you as your teacher. Can I wear it after 2 weeks? Can I wear it after 2 weeks? When is the best time to meet? When is the best time to meet? We immediately became pipe layers. We immediately became pipe layers. Rarely analyzed. Rarely analyzed. I don't need your pity. I don't need your pity. He traveled to many countries. He traveled to many countries. I must not forget to set my alarm clock for tomorrow morning. I must not forget to set my alarm clock for tomorrow morning. They have been studying abroad for a semester. They have been studying abroad for a semester. We do not have much time. We do not have much time. What is your favorite TV show? What is your favorite TV show? They watched a movie on Netflix. They watched a movie on Netflix. Cancel. Cancel. Then I can't. Then I can't. Didn't she disappear 4 months ago? Didn't she disappear 4 months ago? I came home at 8 p.m. I came home at 8 p.m. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiff. Is it all over? Is it all over? Were they craftsmen last year? Were they craftsmen last year? I will be available after 13. I will be available after 13. Which book is yours? Is it the big one? Which book is yours? Is it the big one? Which restaurant did you eat at last night? Which restaurant did you eat at last night? I usually go to bed at 10 o'clock. I usually go to bed at 10 o'clock. His father is a drummer. His father is a drummer. The plane flies in the sky. The plane flies in the sky. If he hadn't fallen, he would have won the race. If he hadn't fallen, he would have won the race. We will go skiing in winter. We will go skiing in winter. They'll be out soon. They'll be out soon. I usually go for a walk in the evening. I usually go for a walk in the evening. How many chairs are in the room? How many chairs are in the room? What brought you today? What brought you today? They rarely retire. They rarely retire. Couldn't he get? Couldn't he get? What a comfortable bed. What a comfortable bed. It could be the second man. It could be the second man. Too crowded. Too crowded. How much does a pound of shrimp cost? How much does a pound of shrimp cost? Went to school together. Went to school together. What are you working on? What are you working on? Doesn't he confess? Doesn't he confess? We want to plan the next sprint for the countries that are rolled out. We want to plan the next sprint for the countries that are rolled out. Should we start the meeting now or wait for everyone to arrive? Should we start the meeting now or wait for everyone to arrive? I go to the library to study. I go to the library to study. Would he be an ambassador every month? Would he be an ambassador every month? If we should. If we should. Doesn't it go to the notary in 3 seconds? Doesn't it go to the notary in 3 seconds? Don't we listen often? Don't we listen often? If they had won the game, they would have made it to the final. If they had won the game, they would have made it to the final. If they found the treasure, they would be rich. If they found the treasure, they would be rich. Doesn't he manage? Doesn't he manage? Can you describe the injury in detail? Can you describe the injury in detail? Couldn't he have been a professor before? Couldn't he have been a professor before? We can't go to the beach today, can we? We can't go to the beach today, can we? I've been living in this city for 10 years, he said. I've been living in this city for 10 years, he said. Then we can concentrate on 3 a.m. Then we can concentrate on 3 a.m. Where can I find the payment line? Where can I find the payment line? How much money does he have? How much money does he have? They still haven't decided on a restaurant for dinner. They still haven't decided on a restaurant for dinner. Monthly anthropologist. Monthly anthropologist. Looking forward to a relaxing weekend. Looking forward to a relaxing weekend. He was in the kitchen preparing dinner for his family. He was in the kitchen preparing dinner for his family. We were a family. We were a family. They were eating pizza when the doorbell rang. They were eating pizza when the doorbell rang. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. Hit. Hit. Does not respond every day. Does not respond every day. Can you give me a status update about the project? Can you give me a status update about the project? They were having a family meal in the restaurant. They were having a family meal in the restaurant. Scissors John, do you have scissors? Scissors John, do you have scissors? Will he agree every week? Will he agree every week? I was talking to Tommy one day. I was talking to Tommy one day. After 3 seconds he can get scared. After 3 seconds he can get scared. Can we sleep now? Can we sleep now? You want to do better, right? You want to do better, right? We won't be female cops every month. We won't be female cops every month. I shouldn't look sooner. I shouldn't look sooner. I was born in a small town. I was born in a small town. He lost his job and started looking for a new job. He lost his job and started looking for a new job. He is giving a presentation. He is giving a presentation. Was his brother a landscape architect? Was his brother a landscape architect? I don't pay after 4 evenings. I don't pay after 4 evenings. They were not measured 5 hours ago. They were not measured 5 hours ago. I didn't have time for lunch. I didn't have time for lunch. Was the rain quiet? Was the rain quiet? They walked to the park and played basketball. They walked to the park and played basketball. He loves watching the sunset on the beach. He loves watching the sunset on the beach. The police officer said we should leave the area. The police officer said we should leave the area. Try. Is he rarely a teacher? Is he rarely a teacher? I can go to school. I can go to school. I prefer sunny weather. I prefer sunny weather. We had fun with the movie marathon. We had fun with the movie marathon. I fix all the windows in the Parker's house. I fix all the windows in the Parker's house. They play football on Sundays. They play football on Sundays. If they play well, they can win the match. If they play well, they can win the match. Do you usually? Do you usually? He wants to visit Rome and I want to visit him. He wants to visit Rome and I want to visit him. You're going out to dinner with your friends tonight. You're going out to dinner with your friends tonight. The water is too cold to swim. The water is too cold to swim. I always carry an umbrella in my bag. I always carry an umbrella in my bag. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I must have a baby. I must have a baby. Your brothers were cameramen. Your brothers were cameramen. We traveled to New York. We traveled to New York. Is it normal to check? Is it normal to check? I could see storm clouds gathering in the distance. I could see storm clouds gathering in the distance. Didn't they post? Didn't they post? Noon I don't know. Noon I don't know. Looking forward. Looking forward. What dress should I wear to the party? What dress should I wear to the party? 4 minutes later would be fine. 4 minutes later would be fine. We're going to a concert tonight to see our favorite band. We're going to a concert tonight to see our favorite band. They slept on Saturday morning. They slept on Saturday morning. Does it harvest after 1 second? Does it harvest after 1 second? Don't we need a monthly agreement? Don't we need a monthly agreement? I bought a new laptop to study for my exams. I bought a new laptop to study for my exams. Our son is an architect. Our son is an architect. We enjoy playing football and our classmates also enjoy it. We enjoy playing football and our classmates also enjoy it. You will be waiting for me at the bus stop. You will be waiting for me at the bus stop. Could they be innkeepers later? Could they be innkeepers later? The details of the report were impressive, every aspect of it thoroughly researched. The details of the report were impressive, every aspect of it thoroughly researched. The book was published last year. The book was published last year. He could not impose occasionally. He could not impose occasionally. You like pizza, right? You like pizza, right? I just got a text from my sister. I just got a text from my sister. I go to school every Saturday evening. I go to school every Saturday evening. Is your nephew a barber? Is your nephew a barber? I don't want to lose my losses to look good. I don't want to lose my losses to look good. I'll buy you something on the way home. I'll buy you something on the way home. He had already left the party when I arrived. He had already left the party when I arrived. I am studying English. I am studying English. He always wears a hat. He always wears a hat. I love going hiking in the mountains. I love going hiking in the mountains. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. She ironed every month. She ironed every month. I did some work last weekend. I did some work last weekend. Later I will meet my friends for coffee. Later I will meet my friends for coffee. He told me, I don't like broccoli. He told me, I don't like broccoli. I don't think you're. I don't think you're. I'm in the room with the supplies. I'm in the room with the supplies. Won't you be a journeyman at sunset? Won't you be a journeyman at sunset? They may not rise later. They may not rise later. Uncertainty. Uncertainty. I followed the instructions carefully and as a result I assembled the furniture correctly. I followed the instructions carefully and as a result I assembled the furniture correctly. Do you want to go shopping for clothes? Do you want to go shopping for clothes? I don't want to say anything to anyone. I don't want to say anything to anyone. Your wife was a contractor. Your wife was a contractor. She ironed every month. She ironed every month. On the other hand, I like you. On the other hand, I like you. As far as I know. As far as I know. Well, you learn from your mistake. Well, you learn from your mistake. He loves to travel to new countries. He loves to travel to new countries. When I got to the party, everyone had already left. When I got to the party, everyone had already left. The test was easy, passed with great success. The test was easy, passed with great success. Rarely use. Rarely use. He wishes he could run a marathon. He wishes he could run a marathon. Were your relatives choreographers? Were your relatives choreographers? Did he juggle the night before? Did he juggle the night before? Are we factory workers of 10 years? Are we factory workers of 10 years? I'm in the room with the window. I'm in the room with the window. Did not explain. Did not explain. You were a good person. You were a good person. Didn't they work at dawn? Didn't they work at dawn? We'll create it in a minute. We'll create it in a minute. Is her aunt a jockey? Is her aunt a jockey? Our double rooms cost $120 per night. Our double rooms cost $120 per night. It can wait at noon. It can wait at noon. We are watching a movie. We are watching a movie. I hope you get well soon. I hope you get well soon. He writes poetry in his spare time. He writes poetry in his spare time. These clouds look ominous. These clouds look ominous. Can't they demand? Can't they demand? If you don't understand a word, check the dictionary. If you don't understand a word, check the dictionary. I'm going to visit my grandparents at the weekend. I'm going to visit my grandparents at the weekend. I could swim. I could swim. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your help. Should they be paramedics every day? Should they be paramedics every day? Today is their anniversary. Today is their anniversary.